people start to settle in at their team table so that I can begin the ceremony with some gratitude for a lot of different people that made this possible. And if I forget someone, I will thank you later in the program. So, first and foremost, I want to thank all of the athletes that make it really exciting to be athletic director. It always sort of amazes me that we have such a wonderful athletics program because it comes together in this very organic way. And I'm really proud of all of our teams for not just their excellent performance, but we're also just representing Baruch in really amazing ways. So I'm very, very proud to be your athletic director. And even though I know the least in the room about sports, we're going to do our best to get people on the microphone tonight that know what we're talking about. All right, so thank you. Carla O'Connor is over here. She's going to wave. The lovely woman right there waving. She and her husband Paul have catered this event for you, donating food from Mad Dog and Beans. A big round of applause for this I also would like to thank our entire PTA. There are many parents here tonight. A lot of the parents here tonight have been here multiple times in the past 2 weeks because we've had so many events. So thank you to the PTA. My earring is coming off. Ms. Grove, who I told was not allowed to stay at school beyond 3:30 today, and here she is, 4:12. She's still here. We're going to kick her out soon. Big thank you to Ms. Grove for doing so much for me. And then shout out to my interns who helped me with everything. Amy made that beautiful playlist that I've been playing at every Baruch event all year long because it's one of the only playlists that I know is safe and sound to play for events. And Sammy helped me with the slideshow that's looping here. And I also want to give a shout out to Jerson, who's been helping me with tech support, not just for tonight, but with every event. All right. I'm really excited to have everyone here. I don't know if you remember, but last year we didn't have a traditional athletic banquet because the sky was red and falling, and it got canceled at the last minute. And so we ended up having like an athletic period shoved into the beginning of a day. It wasn't what it is typically, which is this. So it's wonderful to be together tonight. This is the best attendance. I mean, I'm speaking just sort of by looking at it. I was saying to Coach Jacobs before, I feel like we haven't had attendance like this in years. That so many of you showed up, so I guess that's a great sign. We're going to kick things off, as always, with the fall sports. Just so you know how it's going to work tonight, if you are a captain of a team, your coach has let me know that. I'm going to be inviting captains up here. If the captains want to bring other senior players with them, you can have a little crew up here. I don't mind if there's 2 of you, 3 of you, 4 of you, whatever. You are going to briefly and kindly acknowledge your coach in some way. If you want to share a story quickly, that's okay, but don't stay too long on the mic. Then your coach is going to come up and talk to your team and present the various trophies. And then we're going to repeat with each team. I do have manager certificates that double as evidence for community service that you can upload to X2Vol or whatever the system is. So if you're a manager, I have a certificate here for you tonight. And I always like to start off with my friend Mike Bremen because he's my coach extraordinaire. So even though various teams in the room are getting excited right now, it's actually boys varsity soccer that we're going to start with, which is so near and dear to his heart. So Coach Bremen, come on up. See? I lied. I said I was going to have the captains come up, and then I told Mike Bremen to come up. So Jack and Aiden are going to come up.
Okay, check. Let's go.
But I've been playing on the boys varsity soccer team for 3 years now, and I have nothing to say but good things about the coaches and players. First of all, I want to thank Bremen for giving so much time. You know, he put so much time and effort. So much, like, we had a bunch of great practices and memories. I also want to thank the players. You know, we had a great season. You know, a bunch of great memories. We made a really far Final Four. So a world record. That's a record for Baruch. But no, I mean, great season. I have nothing to say but good things. Thank you guys.
Yeah. Here we go.
Thank you much. I know. Yeah. Thank you. You know, the best public speaking tip I was always given was just imagine the audience naked. So what's up, Francis? Before I start, I want to say 60% of my speech is fully improvised, so please bear with me as I stumble over my words and things. Feel free to laugh at me too. That's when I started my Baruch athletic career, it was in the spring of my freshman year. It was a really weird time. It was full of like COVID masks and weird regulations. And I learned very, very quickly that Baruch wasn't a school built on its athletics. But over the past 4 years, I feel like that's changed very, very quickly. And I think one of the big drivers for that is my coach, Michael Baruch. Yeah. I played for Brown my past 4 years, and I've had the absolute honor to call him both coach and friend. He's coached a different sport every season, and I have absolutely no doubt he will continue to drive this school's athletics program to the next level, as well as a, hopefully, very soon to be PSAL City Championship for my soccer team. So with that being said, it's my absolute honor to invite my coach, Mike Brown, to the stage.
Okay, thank you there. How are we feeling today, Baruch? I want to first start out by saying, as Mr. Rico was talking about, thank you to PTA for all the delicious food. Big steps for that. I also want to obviously give a huge shout out to Mr. Rico, our fearless athletic leader. Give her a shout out. Nothing happens here without her guidance and leadership as our AD. And of course, I want to touch on, most importantly, you, the athletes, because kind of what Aiden was talking about, to piggyback, I still remember, been here 11 years. 11 years ago, where I think the athletic program kind of was and where we are now. I mean, if you look team by team across the board, it's really incredible. Every team this year has really been successful, and that's a testament to you with the athletes. Of course, the seniors as well. Give it up for the seniors who have put in time. To talk specifically about soccer, our soccer program has been building for a long time now. 3 years ago, we lost in the round of 16. Last year, we lost in the Elite Eight, and this year we lost in the semifinals. And it's a huge testament because of the players. We were 10-2. Just to go over some facts, we were 66 goals for and 22 goals against. So we were pretty dominant. I didn't remember it. I did the stats today to look that up. So the team has just been amazing, and it's a lot because the seniors and the group of guys that you put in the work. It's very difficult, sports in New York City, but I really appreciate each and every single one of you, the amount of time and effort that you put into the season, because it really makes a huge difference. So give it up for the boys. I want to first start, I don't know if actually they're here, but I might as well say it for them anyway. Rookies of the year, I would like to say, even though they're not here. 2 people joined the soccer team. One is a freshman, one is a sophomore, and it's really difficult to step into a high school sport, start immediately, and also be an impact maker. So one would be Andre, and the second would be Gabe. Okay, we are going to move to Most Improved. And this award is always one of my favorite at Baruch, just because I think one of my favorite things to see as a coach is progress. So at Baruch, I've just seen so many different athletes over the year just be at a baseline of the sport and just improve tremendously. And two athletes that this year I couldn't believe it when I saw them on the field the first day of preseason. Two juniors who, at the beginning of the year, I didn't know what was going to happen, like how much playing time I got, to the point where I couldn't take them really off of the field, and that is Pedro and Mabel. And just to reiterate, our sports are where they are because of athletes like that who just continuously improve. So I can't wait to see what you guys do next year. Coaches Award. Two athletes. One is also I could have gave most improved because they tremendous growth. Kind of played the middle of the field defensively and kind of opened this up offensively. I cannot wait for how much better he's getting for next year. Karamoko. And of course, our Elite Eight game, we would not have made the semis if it was not for a lot of individuals, but Dara, and of course, last but not least, the MVPs, I think we probably know who they are. I probably said this last year, but I might as well just say it here because I say it all the time. But I still remember 3 years ago, some 6'7" kid walked up to preseason and said, "Hi, I'm a transfer, and I want to play for the soccer team." I said, "Okay, let's see how it goes." And he starts playing, and he actually knows what he's doing. And at the end of the tryout, he goes to me, "Coach, do you think I made the team?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, I think you did." I think you're going to make the team. In 3 years, he scored 40 goals and 22 assists. So he just needs to have And of course, the backbone of the team here, a true leader. I hope the underclassmen and even juniors kind of take to heart the leadership that this kid provided for our team. He really is, I believe, the true best at wingback, but he played center back for our team and kind of held it down. And when he did play center back, we were kind of a completely different team. And he was an extension of myself. He could run practices himself. I can't wait to see. Hopefully, I think he has a good career in this as well, with coaching and teaching. This is just fantastic. Aiden. And last but not least, this is not an award, but every year, because first year was really COVID, so I don't think it's fair. We're going to do anybody that plays for a soccer team for 3 years or more, usually it's 4 years because of the COVID year, you get a little present. That is if you don't know soccer, a scarf is like a traditional soccer thing, where you go to a game, you get a scarf, you hold it up. You can take this with you to college. Tristan, Maciek, Aiden, and Santos. Give it up for the Actually, yeah, we should. Yeah.
I'm not. Actually, very good.
Yes, boys.
Thank you, Coach Bremen. Okay, I wanted to briefly actually give a shout out to some seniors because I realized that only the seniors in the room are at the senior award ceremony. So each year, PSAL gives me some awards to give, and then Baruch staff also selects some awards. So the Baruch staff nominated the following students to receive awards. So you could just stand up when I say your name. So Machek and Joseph were acknowledged for their athletics excellence. Do you want to take yeah. Lauren and Aiden were selected for their athletic leadership. Will Karen was selected as the graduation scholar athlete award. Thank you guys. You can sit. And then yeah, you can take a seat. And then two other awards are given. They're called the Wingate Awards. PSAL gives me certificates to give to them, and those recipients were Ermin and Chloe. I realize only the seniors in the room know about that. Okay, so I'm super duper excited that Coach Jonas is with us tonight because I met him. Wonderful to have my old dear friend in the house, and before he comes up, I'm going to ask Florence and Marilyn to come on up and introduce Coach Jonas.
Hi everybody, we're just going to introduce Mr. Jonas and say a quick thank you. Mr. Jonas, we wanted to start off by thanking you for an amazing season. Your kindness towards us and your confidence in us did not go unnoticed, so we appreciate the hours and dedication you put into the team. We had a super fun, memorable season with super fun early practices and amazing birthday celebrations and games.
You always make practice this enjoyable experience and like the most welcoming environment ever. No matter if you won or lost, you always kept a really positive attitude. And you also I really appreciate the fact that you in the early morning meetings, you always made a really big point to help improve every player, no matter what. You would so we all really improve because of that. Also, thank you for bringing snacks every morning to the early morning meeting.
None of the fun memories we made would have been possible without your leadership and guidance. We miss seeing you in school, and those of us who were lucky enough to have you as a teacher miss you so much in class. We hope retirement is treating you well, and we're so happy you're here.
Hi everyone. I just want to begin by saying it was really an honor and a pleasure to coach the girls soccer team for the last 2 years, and it's a growing team, and every year we're getting better, and I'm confident that we're going to be even better next year under Coach Jacob. We finished 4-8, but I want to emphasize that in the girls' league, we're in the B division, and in the B division, they go by the size of the school. So we have a few schools that are really elite soccer schools, and they were in our division. There were 2 of them. So, and we played each team twice. So we played them twice, so we lost those 2 games. But if you take away those 4 and we played 10 games, that means the other teams we won 4, and then, so we could be 4-4. So that is one of the things a player in the past said to me is that in the game, you either win or you learn, and that came out more than ever with this season, because we've had a lot of injuries, and those were setbacks. When you have girls on the team apologizing for being injured, it's not their fault, but that's just the attitude of this team. And so what happened with the learning is that other girls had to step up. So I feel like in this league, we're one of the few teams that have 11 soccer players. Most other teams just have maybe 2 exceptionally good players. So when some of these players on our team were injured, we got to see other players step up in new position. So I think that is preparing us for next year. So overall, I thought it was a great year. It was a joy coaching with you. I hope that I can come by sometimes when you're practicing next season. And hopefully, if everything works out, I might be able to play alongside you. So I want to give out some awards. I don't know where I should begin. Should I begin with the most improved? Okay, yeah. All right. So in terms of most improved, and I'm gonna try to be quick. This player, I just remember at the beginning of the season when she showed up and she was doing her laps, and I saw her running. I was like, I didn't see running like this last year. Yeah. But it was just really, I was like, what's going on there? I did cross country. But beyond just the running and the heart of this player, competing on every play, and really improving every step of the way, and also taking on new positions when the team needs it. One of the most improved players is Florence. Yeah! And the other most improved player, I met her last year, and she stamped her name on the game as a very capable and skilled defender. We relied on her a lot last year in defense, and this year she transitioned even into an offensive player, and she did an exceptional job in that area also. So most improved player also, Ashley Saul. Okay. Most valuable player. This player, one of the things, again, as I said, at this level, when we're playing other teams, they usually have like 2, 3 very exceptional players. So we have to sometimes try to shut down those players. And this player spent most of the time this year sacrificing her game just to do that, and did that in an exceptional way. One of our captains, most valuable player, Marilyn Pudding. And the other most valuable player is this little 9th grader that came in and just couldn't stop running, and she plays so hard. She's always just flying all over the place. I'm scared for her because she goes so hard and she's so small. And she just made this team so much better, not just because of her skill, but because of her attitude, the way she encouraged other players. The other most valuable player is Sienna. She's like constantly injured. Okay, and The two other awards that I really like is the Coaches Award, and I'm gonna present them together because they really do, in a way, the same things. It's the players that show up to practice consistently, the players that show up to games consistently, the players that are either working on their game before practice or staying after practice to work on their game, and the players that are always encouraging the rest of the players and are coming to me with ideas and also coming to me to hear ideas about their game. So the coaches players are Annie and Abby. And now we have these two awards. I heard a quote online talking about the Try Hard Index. So I'm gonna come up with the Effort Index. Outstanding effort. Competing on every single play and just leaving it all on the field. This is the Outstanding Effort Award, and it goes to Veronica and Eliza. Okay, so quickly, I just wanna, if you don't mind, because you know, I really feel bad about leaving this team. I wanna give something to the captains. Okay, so my amazing captains, can you please come up? Lauren, Ashley, Marilyn, and Annie. So this is just a gift for the amazing work that you did. Those morning meetings that you came and discussed strategies and just support the team and just kind of held us together and kind of held me together. You're welcome. And I also want to give something to my managers, my amazing managers. Can you please come forward? Leah. I didn't see Sarah. Sidelines with me, you have the rain. And finally, I do something for the seniors that are leaving the team. Lauren, Avery, all the parents, thank you Mr. Rico, thank you Mr. Brevin and all the coaches.
Coach Jonas really sets the bar high with his generosity and spirit. Thank you, Coach Jonas, that was beautiful. I'm going to invite Lily and Lila up to introduce volleyball and Coach Shaker.
place in my heart, but the past 2 years we've had Schaefer as our coach, and it has really changed the dynamic of the team. She cares so much about us, and since she has been our coach, there's been a lot more love and respect between all the players and a lot more connection. She was there for us even when she had her own problems, and we're so grateful for that. And even though this was our worst year statistically, this was my best year because I feel like this is the closest we've ever been. And I don't know, I could just really feel in love this year. It was really great. And yeah, I'm so grateful for this team. Hope you guys enjoy.
So I've been part of many things at Baruch, but volleyball was the first thing I was a part of, even when it wasn't really a team in freshman year, and it was definitely the most important, had the greatest impact. I want to thank the team first for being such great people that created such a fun environment. I could be myself and enjoy practices, games, and more. Everyone was always ready to step up when needed and always had a positive attitude, win or lose. I want to thank Schaefer for being an amazing coach. No matter if it was a volleyball concern or if I needed someone to talk to, I could always count on Schaefer. Also for helping build my leadership skills and putting trust in me to run practices and more. I can't wait to see the team improve over the next couple of years, and I'm so proud of each and every one of you. Now I'd like to invite Coach Schaefer up.
Thank you. You're gonna see me up here as much as Mr. Bremen, which is pretty scary tonight. So I'm not good at off the cuff, so I'm gonna read a little speech for everybody, and then I'm going to invite some of the volleyball girls up for awards, okay? So, it is with great pleasure and pride that I stand before you today to reflect on a remarkable journey of our 2023 volleyball team. The past season has been one of challenges, triumphs, and above all, unity. As we look back on the accomplishments of our team, it is evident that we have not only grown as individual players, but have also forged strong bonds both on and off the court. With knowledge that all of our starters will be returning next year, we stand at the brink of an even greater success, while also saying goodbye to our graduating seniors, whose wisdom and leadership have been invaluable to our team. Looking ahead to next season, we are filled with excitement and optimism as we anticipate the return of all of our starters. With a solid foundation in place and deep understanding of each other's strengths and weaknesses, we are well positioned to build upon the successes of this past season and reach even greater heights in the future. The chemistry that we have developed as a team will undoubtedly be our greatest asset as we prepare to face new challenges and conquer new opponents. As we celebrate our achievements of the 2023 volleyball team, we must also take a moment to acknowledge and express our gratitude to our graduating seniors. These individuals have not only been instrumental in our success on the court, but have also served as mentors, role models, and sources of wisdom for the entire team. Their leadership, experience, and unwavering dedication have left an mark on our team, and their presence will be missed as they move on to new adventures. So I love you guys so much. I can't wait to see what the future has for us. All right, we're going to start with Rookie of the Year. We have two. One of our rookies is not here this year, but she was our libero, Paige. And then also, great addition to the Baruch community, Victoria.
Yes, Victoria!
I don't know. Now you understand how I feel about when you were screaming. Yeah, you're right.
All right, here we go. Two of my starters. We have most improved players this year. We have Dylan. Most valuable players. Hold here. Isla. Last but not least, we have our Coaches Award, and those are going to be given to Lily and Lila.
Okay, so because Teddy Schaefer is Teddy Schaefer, she has become an annual coach like Coach Bremen, which is quite a thing to celebrate because it means that pretty much year round she's never home. She's going straight from a work day into coaching. So I think most of you know that our varsity wrestling team is in flux, and Coach Schaefer and Coach Hunter, who couldn't be here tonight, stepped in to help sort of ensure that this season happens. So I'm going to invite Greg Anthony, GA, and Chris are going to come up, say a couple of words, and then Coach Schaefer is going to come back onto the stage to honor her wrestlers.
Our wrestling season was plagued with a bunch of mishaps and stuff that we couldn't control, out of our control. I mean, my junior year, Greg, his junior year, our coach broke his leg, and Coach Schaefer came to the rescue. I mean, he really did things behind the scenes that I don't think anyone else could have done. I mean, she really helped us out, and we wouldn't be here without her, realistically, and she really helped us out. So, Coach Schaefer as a coach, and we couldn't thank her enough, as well as myself. Yeah.
Like I said, but not only that, she was just an amazing support system for me personally and for the rest of the team. She always helped influence me, even though I definitely said it. She was just an amazing person to be around. And her energy was just like, come on, Greg, go in there. Stop, keep pushing it, man. Yeah, I know. And another person for me that influenced me a lot was my dad. I can't be here without him shape of my dad. My dad was like the biggest cheerleader on the team, honestly. He always did good and driving me everywhere. So, without you guys, I wouldn't be here sitting here. So, thank you guys so much. I love you all.
Wrestling is a very individual sport, but teamwork is a very powerful thing, especially in a sport where you're just it's only two and another guy. And So I mean, everybody in our team, although they couldn't be here, for unexplained reasons, they really did well. We had help from seniors from a long time ago, and they helped out a lot. And wrestling has really changed my life, and I'd say that with all my heart, it really has changed my life. It came into my life when I was like not in a great place, and it really helped me. No jokes aside, all jokes aside, wrestling is a great sport.
I was going to say that we do have some promising plans for the future of wrestling, and I hope that Greg Anthony and Chris can come back and visit sometimes, like a lot of our former wrestlers have done, and check in with the team as the program team is. I'm going to hand the mic back to Coach Schaefer for her awards.
Okay, here we go again. So my wrestlers. To say that our success this season was a result of a community effort is an understatement. It is a testament to the dedication, hard work, and support of every individual involved in our program. First and foremost, I would like to express our deepest gratitude to Mr. Rico, Mr. Bremen, and Ms. Hunter for their unwavering commitment to keeping our wrestling program thriving. Their guidance, mentorship, and tireless efforts have been instrumental in shaping our team. Without their dedication, our journey to success would not have been possible. I would also like to extend a huge shout out to our alumni, Leo and Elliot, for their invaluable support and contributions to our team. Their willingness to give back and help out our current wrestlers speaks volumes about the strong bond that exists within our wrestling community. Their mentorship and guidance have been a source of inspiration for our team members, pushing us to strive for excellence both on and off the mats. Despite being a small team, we have proven time and time again that we pack a mighty punch. Our athletes have displayed exceptional skill, determination, and sportsmanship throughout the season, showcasing the true spirit of wrestling. As we look toward the future, our goal for the next year is to have more of our team members compete in cities for titles, further solidifying our reputation as a force in the wrestling world. I would be doing a disservice if I did not acknowledge the invaluable contributions of our seniors and team captains, Kat and Chris. Their leadership, resilience, and unwavering dedication have been the driving force behind our success this season. They have led our team with grace and integrity, setting a shining example for their fellow teammates. Our success is a testament to the collective efforts of every individual involved in our program. So let's give out some awards. This person's not here, but this was his first year wrestling. He was so dedicated. I am so happy that he joined the team. Conan Chan Lee. Our Coaches Award is going to go to the one and only Catherine Zane. And then we have two most valuable players. These guys, plus Kat, they really kept our program going and going and going. They're awesome. Chris and Greg.
Alright, we're gonna head over to our very only JV team, which we love that we have. And this year was the first year we had Coach Davis on board, so we're really excited about that. And to help me acknowledge the coaching and the dedication of the JV team, I'm gonna invite Joseph, Alex, Aviel, Josh. I think that's it. All four of them are coming on up.
On behalf of the entire team, we want to thank Mr. Davis for his dedication, guidance, and support. He pushed us to be the best, both on and off the court. Every Friday we did media, and sometimes we got a little chaotic and got a little messy, but we did it. His belief in us made a big difference, and when no other person wanted to step up for coach on JV team, he did. So we really are appreciative for that.
We're grateful for your hard work and the countless hours you've invested in our growth. We finished 4-6, but I mean that was not, it's not great, but it was fun. And JV is going to be something you remember for sure.
We appreciate Coach Davis and the effort he put in to support this team coming in later in the selection process. He was a great guy. It was a great, it was really clutch. So, sorry. Yeah, appreciate it a lot. Thanks, Coach.
this last year, you know, it was all a blur with our last coach. He really tolerated us, and so I'm really appreciative of Mr. Davis. It'd be my honor to invite you to the stage.
And one of the reasons it's hard to fill this job is not just because it's a lot of hours to dedicate in the winter. Everyone knows that the JV team practices really early in the morning. I'm sure that'll come up.
Do the other team here have 6:30 a.m. practices? 4 days a week? Okay.
My trumpet eyes put it on.
Don't get me involved.
So it's been really exciting to be part of the not only is this my first year at Baruch, but this is my first year ever coaching at PSAL. And this was really a tremendous experience, and I felt so welcome at Baruch, and you guys are a huge part of that. You guys are a really huge part of making me feel welcome at the school. I know we talked about being 4 and 6, but however, that was an improvement from last year. And as much as I'd like to think that was me coming in my coaching abilities, I'm really riding your guys' coattails. And I think, as the occasion for tonight, this is really about honoring and celebrating you guys for the effort that you put in. So I'm going to start off with the most improved. So there's 2 recipients, one who's not here, so I'll go with first. The first most improved is Alejandro. So we were a little bit of an undersized team, and we actually played in a division with some schools that were much larger, like thousands of students, and we held our own. And Alejandro was someone who I think didn't shy away from the physicality of having to play down low at the 4 and 5 against players that were bigger and taller than him, and never once was he intimidated by that, and proceeded to go at them physically. So that's why Alejandro is going down as most improved. Second most improved recipient. So one thing with JV is you get a lot of players going up into varsity or going to the junior and not being able to participate in JV, and then you get a whole batch of new freshmen. So there's somewhat kind of like inconsistency there, because you got new players, you kind of have a new team. So this player was really important in terms of the consistency as a sophomore leader and as a vocal presence on this team, which is why I think they were so needed as a captain. And I also want to point out that this player also improved their scoring average by almost 10 points per game from last year, and was a much needed and essential offensive option. So, most improved player this year, Joseph. Next is going to be Coach's Award. There's 2 recipients of the Coach's Award. What I like about this player is nothing frustrates this player as much as when they don't meet their own expectations of themselves. And even if his shot wasn't in rhythm and he would get on himself, he'd always keep at it, and he knew they would fall eventually. And as both a coach and an observer, there's something really admirable and to watch someone who holds themselves to a standard that was not set on them by anybody else other than themselves. So the first Coach's Award goes to Josh. Second Coach's Award goes to a player who oftentimes is at practice before I was, and was always there at every game, at every practice, is also a player who I asked a lot of, and I think I had you play multiple positions, both at guard and wing at the top, and sometimes having you play undersized at the 3 or 4. And because of the versatility, and never once did you ever ask why. Anytime I needed you, you were there and you wanted to do it. So, Coach's Award also goes to Hudson. And our MVP. So our MVP is going to go to the leading scorer in the entire borough of Manhattan for JV, the number 2 scorer all city, a tenacious and yet soft-spoken, always attacking, unending energy. I would have to sometimes ask him if I can take him out of the game to give him a break, but he would go every minute if he could. And so our MVP for this year, Maxim. There's one more award. This is going to be the Hustle Award. And this is going to go to a player who, if I wanted to unleash them, this is the player who I put out on the court. And they would approach the game with a manic intensity and speed that would be awe-inspiring, get us on our feet. And I think, arguably, produced the most memorable play of the season. Diving head first to save a ball in the stands, got us up and roaring anytime he was out there. And so our Hustle Award goes to Abiel. I also want to thank, as this is my first year as a PSAL coach, I really want to thank Mr. Rico, Mr. Brennan, Ms. Schaefer, also, now that I got the memo about the gifts and the goodies that you guys brought, I'll be sure to come ready next year.
The meal was always the gift and good, in my opinion. We should be thanking you, Coach Davis. We're really glad that you stepped in and took the lead with this. And that's a really good point you raised about the uniqueness of a JV team where half the team leaves every year. So it's cool the type of camaraderie and unity you were able to create on the team, and I'm really grateful for it. It's definitely been a program that needed a consistent coach for a while. Okay, so we are going to head to girls varsity basketball, and I'm going to invite up both Lauren and Sammy.
I'll be short, but I wanted to say thank you, Brennan, for believing in my abilities and promoting me from bench forward to captain.
Before we get Brennan on stage, we want to thank him for taking over the girls basketball program a few years ago and for making the program what it is today. He's always great. He's always been great at turning any group of girls or guys into a great team. It's been a pleasure being your player these past 2 years, and these underclassmen here at the table have the privilege to continue to have you as their coach. Thank you for all that you've done, and let's welcome back Brennan to the stage.
Thank you guys. I'm always amazed at the speeches that you guys have. They are pretty incredible. Another, like Lauren was talking about, another successful season for girls basketball. This is my 3rd year coaching it. It is crazy. It was a difficult switch for me, I remember. We were able to make the playoffs the last 3 years, so it's been a very successful couple, 3 years. And then, of course, this year we started 8-0. We finished 11-3. We made the borough championships, which Baruch, at least for the girls, is newer, I think. So I've never heard of us making the borough championships. So that was really cool. And we made the Sweet 16. We got the Sweet 16. So we had a really successful season. Give it up for the girls. Basketball, the winter sports are a long season. It was over 4 months of basketball. We started in like October 25th. We made the playoffs. We didn't start playoffs until after February break. It's like, well, we're going on 4 months in a week, and honestly. It keeps going. So it's a long season. I appreciate the hard work that it puts in because day in and day out, there's a lot that has to go in to be successful. And when you have a long season, there's a bunch of memories that you'll take with you. And I have two memories that stick out. One that I won't forget is pretty silly. Is a morning practice where somebody forgot the basketballs, and we had the main gym, so we were like JV basketball for a second, and we decided to play duck duck goose. I think you guys will remember that. And then of course, and we have video footage, yes. And then also, when you talk about like on the court, one of the all-time regular season games I think I've ever had in any sport. We played lab, and this is a game I will definitely remember. We played lab at lab, and if anybody has played or been to lab knows they have their own court and their students show up, so they get a little rowdy. And now by 13 in the third quarter, at the end of the third quarter, and we actually end up coming back. We get it into overtime, and we actually win the game at the end. And I'll always remember that. That was kind of our team. We never gave up. We always kept fighting. So give it up for the girls. Rookie of the year. This one's pretty obvious. Again, another freshman stepping in in a varsity sport is very difficult. So stepping in as a freshman and starting and putting up significant points and stats that we needed. Layla. Most improved. This is a great one because at the start of the season, kind of like soccer, similar. I wasn't sure how much playing time this individual was going to get, but they actually proved to be the sixth girl off the bench and needed them, especially for their defensive effort. Camilla. Yeah! And one more most improved. This was obviously a massive leap that they took as a freshman. They started as a freshman, and they put up 14 points and 10 plus rebounds a game. That is Dylan. Coaches Award. I think you might know who this is going to go to. We talked about it. This individual probably played more in the first quarter or half of this year than they played in the last 2 years. And they stuck it out and were an incredible teammate, heart and soul of the team, Sammy Schubitz. And last but not least, I don't even know, I don't have enough words for this player, but this MVP, been with me for 3 years. She does literally everything. My wife came to a game one time, and she goes, "This girl just takes care of everything." And that's exactly what I would say on and off the court. Whether it's like she's just getting the ball to whoever needs the ball, giving it up. She just knows what she's doing, and I don't know. It's going to be a huge loss, for the Baruch program because she's been so important to me in this program. But Lauren. Give it up for the girls basketball team.
I can't really imagine Baruch sports without Lauren. It's a wild thing every year to be celebrating sports, and then the senior is on each team. So I know it's like a bittersweet thing, but we're going to keep the awards going. So we are going to call up Ermin, who is going to introduce
What's up, guys? Where do I start? So basically, I've been on this team for 4 years, and all 4 years have been, awesome. I had a really fun time, and there's a lot to cover, so keep things pretty short. ever since a freshman, playing for Coach Fadias has been an amazing experience. It's allowed me to develop as a player, as a person, and really just encourage each and every one of us to be hardworking individuals, both playing basketball and outside of school, whatever it may be. It taught us great life skills, and unfortunately this year I didn't get to finish the season because I dislocated my shoulder, but everyone stepped up, they played great, and Coach Fadias was he's there for all of us, there for me, made sure we were all able to overcome any challenge. And yeah, I'm gonna miss it a lot, but I had a great time, and yeah, playing for Coach Fadias has been an amazing experience, and one that I'm gonna remember for sure. So yeah.
Thanks, Ramin. Okay, so Ramin doesn't know the half of it, I think, because he forgot to mention those days 4 years ago during the pandemic when he and Joseph Newman were these very young 14-year-old freshmen practicing by Baruch Middle School's schoolyard with only half a court. Okay, some days we would go behind PS, I think it's 140, and try to use the court there. Sometimes we had to play 3-on-3 against some neighborhood kids that wouldn't want to give us the court so we could practice during the pandemic. And believe it or not, they were also responsible for making sure that the PSAL didn't have any spies out there, making sure we were wearing our masks while we were practicing in the warm months of 2021 when we were supposed to be outdoors. But I gotta tell you, I'm very emotional right now because and Joe, my 4-year players, and I promised I wouldn't lose it. I'm going to try to contain it, but I'm already losing it. All right. Well, anyway, I wanted to touch on one thing that actually Coach Brennan mentioned it. I don't know if you guys realize varsity basketball is not just a season. It's literally a lifetime. One season is 5 months long. And it's like every day, these players and the kids and the managers, everybody, we're all in this together 5-6 days a week from October 24th this year till when we unfortunately lost in the city Final Four, which was March 9th. That's 5 months. That's a commitment for great students who are managing 4.0s, 3.7s, 3. I don't know everybody specifically, but I got them somewhere between, the median is somewhere between 3.2 and 4. And they're there every single afternoon. Sorry, Coach. Okay? Some mornings, on Saturday mornings and holidays. But for the most part, this is a team that just accomplished just great things. I have to just say, now I know teachers are always taught, make your claim and produce text evidence. So I'm going to make my claim. This is the greatest season in boys varsity basketball history. And here is my evidence, just to make sure my essay works out good, okay? All right, 21-2. 18 straight wins from November 29th to February 4th. Division champions at 14-0. Advancing and winning the tournament championship at the Maureen O'Shea Memorial Tournament in Brooklyn on Martin Luther King weekend. As the lowest seed in the borough championships, which the boys team made for the first time in school history, we knocked out Beacon, which was a 2A school. And even though we lost to Thurgood Marshall, unfortunately, on the night that our mean season did end, okay, even in that game, down 13, we came back and lost by 4 with a chance to tie it late in the game. So we sit around and wait, but we didn't sit around. We practiced during vacation, knowing we had lost our mean. We were hoping, obviously, for a good result. We didn't get it, obviously, but everybody stepped up. The beauty of this team, and I hope this for any team, is that every single player steps up and they care for the person. And there's nothing more gratifying to a coach than that. They realize they're playing for something bigger than themselves. And even though Ramin's injury, our leading scorer and such, and our captain was bad, somehow they put it together. I got to thank some of the alumni that came during some of those practices to make it a little tougher. You might remember some of these names: Arson, okay, Tanner, all right, Matt Antino, all right, Evan Vaishville came and visited and kind of wanted to make sure they were tough enough to handle the city playoffs. We got the highest seed in school history, a 4 seed, and we were able, after a bye, to go out and win 3 straight elimination playoff games and get to the city Final Four for the second time in 3 years. And I think that was a fantastic. So just so you know, the kudos didn't even end there. We actually, at the end of the season, the New York State sports writers, they ranked us 25th amongst all 1A schools, but the high school basketball varsity.com for New York State ranked us 14th, which I believe is the highest we've ever been, at least since I've been here, but I think that was a tremendous accomplishment. And Ramin Spovic made the 9th team statewide. Fantastic. So before I give out the awards, I have to give out shout-outs. I mean, I know we have a list in front of us, but I'll try. I just have to acknowledge every member of my team. First, I'll start with my managers, who were all terrific. I mean, I basically told every school we went to, listen, if you don't need scorekeepers, scorebook people, my people are the best. Okay, they're pros. They're excellent. Okay, if they can survive me being coach, okay, they can manage anybody's day. So I got to put a shout out to Avery and Florence and Alicia and Kelly and Javi and Leslie, who came through in the playoffs. Okay, I didn't forget. I remember the ski trip. Okay, so in essence, I have to give a shout out to that. And of course, my players. You know, Ryan and Dylan, okay, and Roman, and of course, you know, we're going to mention some of the others, but Elvis and Malachi and Mo and Alexis and Francis and Jalen I mentioned Will and Amin, Joseph, and of course, the guy that's the smallest guy in the room, Majek Kuwek. All right, so now to the awards. All right, so this award, I have 2 for this award. I'll start with the first one. All right, last year I met with every player on the team, and I kind of told them, you know, this is what I'd like to see next year, and so on and so forth. And these 2 young men took it to heart. One man, Will Karan, just took it to another level. And not only did he improve both offensively, but defensively. And I think if anybody was at the Eleanor Roosevelt game on the road, where we clinched the division, Will made one of the greatest dives for a loose ball I've ever seen. He literally traveled half the court and secured the ball. Okay, Will Karan, most beautiful. The second young man was a sophomore last year. Wow, we had a talk also about the way he approached the game. And I got to tell you, not only did he get better offensively and defensively, but I got to tell you, he was Mr. Clutch. I remember 3 specific 3-point shots that he hit this year that basically were responsible for winning his games. Eleanor Roosevelt on the road, Beacon in the tournament, and the game that put us in the Final Four against Susan McKinney, Francis Guerrero. All right, so next year, because we graduate our captain, we're going to have a new captain. one of the reasons he's a new captain because he's even though he didn't have the title, he's always acted like that, especially showing leadership and being coachable, but also basically carrying out anything we asked him to do on the court. Now, I don't know how many of you are Knicks fans here, but I got to tell you, anyone who knows the name Josh Hart, this guy is truly our Josh Hart. The Coach's Award, next year's captain, Jalen Williams. Yeah, well, two of my daughters are going to be engaged sometime between now and the middle of July, so hugs have been happening a lot lately in my family. You know, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I created a couple of awards, kind of, different from what we usually give out. You all know this gentleman. He's already gotten a big award. I can't know what I'll do without him next year. I appreciate the fact that not only was one of our second lead scorer, but one of our big scorers during the playoffs after Amin's injury. Not only that, he did a very good job training Elvis for what's to come in the future. The chairman of the board's award goes to Maciek Kawek. Okay, two more, almost there. Well, I got a lot to say about this young man, but I got to tell you, he's one of the 4-year guys. And, he came to me. I'm not sure he wanted to accept the award I'm going to give him at the beginning, because when he came in, he wanted to show me how well he shoots, how well he scores, how well he could be compared to Kobe Bryant, and so on and so forth. Okay, but by the way, by the time he became a senior, it was, Coach, whatever you need me to do, I'll do. You need me to pass to Amin, pass to Jack, pass to Will, pass to Jalen, I'll do that. You need me to play great defense and the best player on the other team, I'll do that. You need me to take a charge, I'll do that. But Coach, don't forget, I can still shoot a little bit too, okay? But in any event, without question, he was our playmaker. My coach on the floor, one of my 4-year guys who I'm going to truly miss, Joseph Newman. Who else could get this award? Okay? Not only was he the co-MVP last year, but without question, we don't win 18 in a row. We don't get as far as we go. We don't open up the eyes of the city seating committee without this gentleman. But he's been just wonderful for 4 years. I can't even begin to tell you how responsible he is, how he's like an adult in the room all the time. And I'm sure Mr. Rico will agree with me. And now I'm getting emotional again. I promised I held it good for Joe, but I'm not going to hold it good for me. It's the most valuable player, and truly I'm going to see him next year because he's going to Baruch, and I'm sure he's going to ask to help out of practice. Amin Sabovic. Thank you, Mr. Rico.
Okay, I wanted to shout out the shout-outs, because I don't know if you noticed these packets that Lucas and Sammy helped me get in your hands today, but there's these like big packets that are filled with your favorite memories and shout-outs to each other, so grab one, take it home and read it. There's a lot of really beautiful things you're saying about each other. Okay, so patience. I know some people are exiting, but we still have the spring season to go. And nobody knows patience more than Coach Jacobs, who has to wait for basketball season to finish every year to get all of his players, right? So we're going to finish with baseball, as we traditionally do. We're going to move to badminton right now. I'm going to have Coach Schaefer come up, and then we'll go to softball, and of course, baseball. So Coach Schaefer, would you come back up?
clean sheet.
Okay. All right, my friends.
We're ready, but we're supposed to all wait for them.
All right, there's my badminton crew right over there. Woo! Ready? Okay. This group of young women has shown unparalleled dedication, passion, and hard work throughout the season, and their remarkable efforts deserve to be highlighted and commended. From day one, it was clear that the 2024 our first year with the badminton team, was something special. As a new team on the block, they faced challenges and uncertainties, but what set them apart was their unwavering determination and commitment to excel. Their passion for the sport and their relentless drive to improve have been evident in every match they played. What truly sets this team apart is not just their skill on the court, but also their character off the court. I can confidently say that these young women are some of the nicest students in our school. Their sportsmanship, camaraderie, and positive attitude have not gone unnoticed, and they have become shining examples of what it means to be true ambassadors of the sport and our community. As we reflect on the successes of the 2024 badminton team, it is clear that their journey is just beginning. Despite being a new team, they have already showcased great potential and promise for their future. I have no doubt that the future is bright for this amazing group of young women, and I look forward to witnessing their continued success and growth. Let's give out some awards. Badminton's winning. All right, here we go. All right, most improved. We have two players winning most improved tonight. Jimena, who is not here, and Tiffany Zhang. Most valuable players are going to Nico and Teresa. Rookie of the Year, Alethea. And then our two coaches awards go to Stephanie and Queenie. Oh, all right.
Next year we're gonna lock everyone in.
Yep.
No room.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, I'm off for the night, everybody. I love you. Thank you, Mr. Rico, for everything.
All right, friends. Yeah, I'm sorry that the attendance dwindled, but we're gonna close it out really beautifully with our two last teams. So I'm gonna invite Chloe and Lila.
Varsity softball captain this year. Although this isn't a title that I've held responsibilities of a captain through my years of playing with the Baruch team. I played softball for like 9 years, almost a decade, so it's something that I hold really near and dear to my heart. And I always anticipated playing on my high school team, but coming to Baruch, I didn't get anything that I was expecting. But honestly, the experience that I've had here, I'd rather take it than being on a winning team any day. With Baruch, I've had the opportunity to be a mentor, and that's meant so much more to me than anything else. The relationships I've made along the way have surpassed time on the field and resulted in genuine friendships and connections. In explaining drills and situations to others, I've learned more about the nuances of the game and of myself as an individual. And the immense amount of trust put into me by Mr. Bremen and all of the players have really made me see the importance of leadership in a community setting. I really want to acknowledge the drive and the passion of all of the girls on the team, because I didn't really expect anyone to care as much as they did, but they always put in time outside of school. A lot of them have joined clubs on their own. So I want to acknowledge the underclassmen and our junior Abby, because it's mostly underclassmen. And yeah, I love this team so much.
So, although I've only been a part of this team for 2 years, it was one of the best experiences and decisions I've made in all of high school. I'm so grateful to be part of a team with such great people and having such an amazing coach. With most of the sophomores on the team, I really only learned how to play the sport last year, but thanks to Bremen's coaching and the support of everyone, I feel like I've been playing for years. Even though I've made a lot of errors in the field, Bremen would never let me stress too much about it. It has been such an honor getting to know each player and create lifelong memories with this team. Seeing the spirit and excitement of all the underclassmen is really such a beautiful thing to witness, and I'm so proud and excited to see the team improve even more. The improvement and determination within the team as a whole is so inspiring as well. Lastly, I want to thank Chloe for being such an incredible captain and always having my back. Basketball team running late, she was ready to step up and start getting us ready for the season, and anytime Bremen has something going on or whatever, Chloe was always ready.
I want to do a special thank you for Mr. Bremen for coaching this team. His upbeat attitude and patience has really helped this team grow into something we've never imagined for it to be. From a team that in my sophomore year, which was my first year playing, we only won, I think, 1 or 2 games. And this year we made it to the quarterfinals. So it's really been a huge improvement. His dedication to the program and to the girls on his team is what really holds us together. And we appreciate how much he puts up with us, because sometimes it can be really difficult to give us advice, keep track of like a bus or a train full of girls, and like deal with all the stupid stuff we show him. So we really appreciate that. I'd also personally like to thank you for having faith in our team, to making it to games, and any near heart attacks I may have caused you for being late to games. So I'm sorry. Thank you so much for this season, the past few, and good luck with all the rest. We hope to leave you with a team full of blossoming softball players with the potential to make it even further in the championship.
Thank you, girls. Like they were talking about before, Chloe's been here for 3 years, so she knows kind of where the program's grown to. We were 8-3 this year. I think we went through a stretch where we didn't lose a game since like April 17th, maybe the 15th, since our last game of the season in the quarterfinals. So it was like a good month and a half, which is really impressive. And kind of what I was talking about before with, you know, improvement and everything. It's amazing to see individuals improve, but it's also really cool to see teams improve. And being coaching for 3 years, seeing where we were and where we are now is pretty incredible. I really mean this. It's a really special group that we have on the softball team. Not many. How do I explain this? Just not many. I haven't been around this, like a team that starts in I don't want to say too much, but like there was a lot of freshmen last year that had never played, and they grabbed onto the sport and they loved it, and they joined club teams, and they really like cared about each other and the team. And without that happening, we would never have had the success that we've had this year, because we started 5 sophomores in the varsity sport, which is difficult. So I just want to say thank you, because your attitudes and your energy that you bring day in and day out is special. So I really just want to say thank you guys for that. I'm going to say, I want to kind of piggyback off of that with the awards, because like I just said, there were 4 freshmen. There were a lot of freshmen that had never played softball before last year, and 4 freshmen ended up starting this year. And from going from not playing a sport basically until like starting is pretty crazy, and the improvement has been just wild to watch, and it really is fun. The first person, Shamir, started. And next is another starter. This person, I cannot wait till they start to believe in themselves, because they're going to start hitting home run after home run after home run. Soraya. And these last 2 are pitchers that really helped us this year. For those that don't play softball or haven't really seen too much of it, pitching is so different than any other sport, and it's just very challenging to learn and actually get very good at. So Z, our very own, and did not pitch last year, so it's incredible.
Thank you.
Sorry for the green softballs. I don't really understand what that is. Yeah, and last but not least, this player really improved throughout the entire season as a pitcher, and without her, we don't make the quarterfinals, which is what we made. She really found her groove, and I can't wait to see what she gets to next year. Tiana. I'm sure those that are here can see the energy that I'm talking about. It's unbelievable. They're the best group. I know. Coaches Award. This player was somebody that I was so happy to actually get on the team. I wasn't sure if they were going to play. I'm going to steal him for every sport that I coach from here on out, as we talked about before. But they are just exactly what you want out of a student athlete. Abby. And this next Coaches Award is a senior who started playing last year. Always figuring out a way to get on base, always. We're still going to learn sliding, even though we're going to. That is Lila Thurman. Two MVPs. This player is our catcher, and she's our do everything because she's such a good hitter, she's such a good base runner, she's such a good fielder. She just understands the game. She takes kind of like what I was talking about, 14 care of everybody. She's just a great player to have. Eliza. And of course, last but not least, this player's been with me for 3 years, and we've had some tough times with softball. We were in the top division for many years, even though I fought like anything to get out of it. We're a small school, but one thing was always a constant, no matter the level of play. I'm talking like really high level play. This player was just always dominant, and they always took care of everybody as well. It's hard to find athletes that you feel like right away they can start coaching. they're a role model. Girls look up to you, and you're a special player. And I think we wouldn't kind of be here without you and kind of girls looking up to you to try and play like you and just kind of act like you. So you're an amazing role model. I'm gonna miss you like crazy. Chloe Pena.
Just saying, Chloe has to take one of those shout-out packets home because it's filled with shout-outs for her. Okay, oh my gosh, the patience of a saint. Okay, so everyone should have stayed for the boys varsity baseball team, but alas, the crowd that's here is going to bring it. I'm going to invite Lucas and Jordan, up to the lake. So you come sit and boys varsity baseball.
Alright, I'll try to keep this nice and simple so we come down up here, but I remember transferring here sophomore year, and I remember talking to Lucas about playing baseball. Mind you, I never played baseball before, I didn't even know what that was. So it was pretty scary joining the baseball team and stepping onto that field. I was pretty scared, I didn't know what I was doing, but Coach John was always supportive. He always pulled me out. I didn't know what I was doing. Overall, he always managed to make those practices happen, those games happen. He managed to, most importantly, manage to keep a balance between making the sport fun, but also making the sport feel like a job. I feel like nowadays we treat the sports like a job and not like having fun, so I appreciate that, John. That's it.
So, I remember 4 years ago coming to the first day of tryouts for baseball. I didn't know anybody because, school wasn't real yet. Walk into practice, it takes about like a half hour probably to realize that John's the coach and not one of the players. And then after that first tryout, actually, we commuted home together. I don't know if you remember that. We were talking. I was trying to gauge whether or not I was going to make the team. I did, but only because there were no cuts that year. There would have been, probably would have been first off, but here we are, 4 years later, 52 wins together, 55, city championship, almost 3 semifinals appearances, but Coach Jacobs' dedication has been very, very evident. He really cares about us, about the team, about our success. And obviously, he's done a great job because, we're a great program. We've had great years together. So, without further ado, Coach Jacobs.
Okay, all right. I'll try not to grandstand too much, but I have a lot to say. So this season was my 10th year doing baseball here. Going back to me being 14 and us not winning a baseball game. Luckily those years are long past. But this year was an odd one. I mean, we went into the season, we only had 2 guys who'd ever gotten a hit before. We only had 2 guys who had pitched since they hit puberty. And we took 25 people onto our roster. By the end of the season, we really only had 12 at every game. Those are not qualities of a good baseball team, but, the best teams don't always win, right? The better teams find ways to win, and that's what we ended up doing all season. We beat a lot of teams that were better than us. Since our crew was a lot smaller this year, I felt like I could do some more personal shout-outs in this event. So we'll do it in order of least important to most important, obviously. A lot of people came out to watch this year, which I always appreciate. It's always beautiful. You're all welcome in the future. One of which, Wendy, you for once made me think about repealing the old Mike Bremen rule of no girlfriends on the bench. So thank you for coming out all the time. Sammy Shubitz, I didn't know you knew the rules of baseball. and I was pleasantly surprised with your managerial performance. You did a great job with the snacks and everything. In terms of the freshmen, John Belmonte, good job, Belmonte. No clap, we're going to be here all night if you clap. John Belmonte, I love how much you got into baseball. I love how much of how important it was to you, and you like to win, and I love that. I love that in a baseball player. I'm looking forward to a couple more years of you. Hudson, thank God your brother bullied you into playing. Appreciate that. Now it's my turn to bully you into playing. You are going to play for the rest of your career. We only have one sophomore, but we'll get to him later. Juniors. Ollie's not here, unsurprisingly. He never actually turned in his medical form, so I don't know if he's allowed to be here. Yeah, it's 2 years in a row where he hasn't turned in medical form. Allegedly, he'll be the captain next year. Yeah, I mean, maybe he'll be the captain, but he'll have to turn his medical form in for that to happen. Ray Benito, good at this year. I had never met you before, and you started diving into the bases, and I thought immediately I like this kid. It's a shame you broke your elbow. But he did get to pitch against the worst baseball team I've ever seen. So I think that was fun in hindsight. What else we got here? That's all the juniors, more or less. Seniors, we had a lot of people who hadn't played baseball in years come back and play baseball. Brian Kupfeld, who's not here. One of the worst swings I've ever seen, ever, out of anybody, but he hit the ball, so I'm not complaining, ultimately. Who else we got? Joshua Einhorn, also not here. He plays baseball. Love him to death. Amazing vibes. Kept coming. There's really something to be said, even if you don't play on the team, and you show up every week, you're more valuable than somebody who will play every now and again and doesn't show up. Will Corinne. Hardest thing to do in any sport, I think, is to pitch. We just gave you baseball and you did it. So that's impressive. That will always impress me. And obviously, Joseph Newman, this one we can give a round of applause for. Putting on life and limb for good baseball games. I deeply appreciated that. All right, so let's get into these awards here. So at the Oscars, they always give out like a bigger one first, to keep the TV sets on. So that's what we're doing here. We'll start with MVP. So, Bremen has this theory that is tried and true, it's always correct, that after, there's 2 jumps that an athlete makes, right? You start as a freshman, when you become a sophomore, you make a big jump. You then sort of, junior year's a lot, so you struggle junior year, and then you make a second jump again when you're a senior. The MVP this year is coming from that freshman to sophomore jump. And in baseball, as for some of you who are familiar, you need a pitcher who is better than everyone. And we managed to have that this year with Josh. He spent a lot of time in the off-season working on every part of his game. And he's gotten to the point where he's one of easily the top 5 pitchers in the league. And I think if he continues on this trajectory, we can win a championship before you graduate. So Josh, come up here and get you. All right. So next, I thought I could give out Rookie of the Year, and then I realized that my roster is almost entirely rookies. So this is the Freshman of the Year. The Freshman of the Year award goes to somebody who has clearly played a lot of baseball in their life, but as many of you freshmen know, you're just sort of smaller than everybody else out there. Aiden is a player who really came on in the end of the season, led our team in hits more or less in the playoffs, and came back from an arm injury and become really a pretty dominant pitcher. So I'm really looking forward to the 2 lefties that I'm going to have for the next couple of years. Aiden, come get your freshman. All right. Let's do Most Improved. So, Most Improved is kind of a tough one this year. I could do, improvement over a season or between year to year. One of the few people who has come back from last season and has seen what it's like to have a real baseball team. Dashel spent a lot of time working on his game, and it was really pretty evident that he wanted to be there and he wanted to get better and that he was really into what we were putting together this year. And it was really impressive to me how much thought he would put into really everything that he did. And if he didn't make the jump that he did, we wouldn't have gone on the crazy playoff run that we did this season. Dasher, please come up here. Okay, so this is my favorite one. This is my favorite award. So basically every year, we celebrate those on the bench who do excellence on the bench. So a lot of Baruch legends have won this Excellence on the Bench award, including my current assistant coach, Jake Krieger, who could not be here tonight. The Excellence on the Bench award, as some of you may remember from previous years, is named after the winner of the Excellence on the Bench award from the last season. And this young man was oftentimes the only person on the bench, which means if a foul ball is hit, it is his job to go and get it. So he's not here, so we can say this as much as we want. I'll count you down, right? Tell me who it is. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, right. We make Tyler Velasquez get the baseballs. Ray, you want to come accept this on his behalf? This is the artist. All right. So these final 2 awards are awards that go to the last 2 standing players on our roster from our city championship run 2 years ago. And it was a lot before this season talking to them, thinking how do we balance our expectations of winning and having a good time with the roster that we're going to have. And it was tough because the last couple of years we've just been so much better than everybody, and to just mix it up and to have a team that isn't really better than anybody it's a very difficult mindset switch to have. So this first award I want to give out goes to somebody who works harder than anybody I've ever met in my entire life. And Jordy is a young man who has a lot of stories, I think, in the canon of Baruch baseball history about him. My favorite one that I will tell to people forever is there's sort of this legend of Jordy one day at Inwood Hill Park. Has anybody ever been to Inwood Hill Park? When it rains, it becomes a swamp, right? Jordy, allegedly, so the story says, was practicing his swing off of a batting tee by himself in the pouring rain in a rainstorm, just because he wanted to get better at baseball. And those are the kinds of stories, the kinds of legends that'll live forever. Jordy Fernandez. Whether or not that's true is still up for debate. All right. Okay, so the last award. This last award goes to a player who had to fill all kinds of holes, all kinds of holes in the game in terms of where he played in the field, as well as the leadership role. And throughout his time here, he's had so many great leaders, to watch. And this year, he really came out and emulated them, and he really kept us together. I mean, Lucas and I, as he mentioned earlier, we won 55 games together. We had 3 amazing playoff runs. We went 2 years without losing a game, more or less. I loved every moment of it. You're going to be impossible to replace, and I'm so proud of you and everything you've done here. Lucas, I couldn't give you MVP. I felt like it wasn't enough, so this is the Lifetime Achievement Award, Lucas Roberts.
Thank you, John. That was beautiful. John, you've done an amazing job with the baseball program. I'm excited for the future, but definitely does feel like the end of an era. Okay, Aiden is going to help me out with some flower giving and 2 special awards. So don't go anywhere. 2 special awards. First of all, at the end, Ms. Schaefer, Mr. Bremen, we have some flowers for you and your dedication to our athletics community. And don't go anywhere. 2 more awards. Aiden's going to get the first. He's going to go to the podium.
It's a little bit better. Nobody else is here. Francis. I cannot lie. Although I'm honored to get this award, I'm a little bit salty at the same time. It goes to a man I'm very happy to call my close friend. In is an award for an individual that has been so-called rostered for each PSAL sport for each season. And it is a man who played only one scrimmage for my soccer team. With that being said, it is my absolute pleasure to invite William Gabriel Caron to the stage for the board annual
Thank you, Aiden. Okay. So I've really been thinking about how this person does this while listening tonight. Lila, you are receiving a special award. You are the only true annual athlete in the room because you really did play 3 full seasons. And as I was listening to you speak, it's clear that on every team you play on, you are such an appreciated and respected leader and teammate. And I'm really, really proud of you. We're gonna miss you so much. So we have some flowers and a certificate for our annual athlete, Lila Ferguson. That is all formally we have to say. I do need a little bit of help, so if you can stick around for 10 minutes and just help us clean up the place for, the next day of school. Please make sure you take with you the shout out pages. A lot of you have some beautiful notes. And thank you to all of our coaches for their amazing service to all of you.